Okay, so up next we have adding all of our furniture and different items to our virtual classrooms. So again, I really suggest using the slide that I had shared that has a whole bunch of things, like just everything you could ever imagine it has for you. If you really find something that you just don't like and you're looking for something else, you can always insert it from Google Images. I will tell you, so if you use this and it search the web, it does search Google Images. I have found that it doesn't really give you all of the images. It really just gives you a little amount to pick from. So if there's really something you're looking for, I would open another tab. Go to images. And whatever it is that you are looking for, you have to make sure that you write in transparent when you're searching. So I'm going to put desk transparent. The reason why you use transparent is that it takes away the background in the image so that there's not a big white block around your desk. It will actually look like it's part of the classroom. Does this always happen? No, a lot of the times, like if you see these right here with the checkerboard background, a lot of the times that's actually what the background is, and it ends up you have to remove the background anyways. But sometimes they are an actual PNG file. My son is saying hello to all of you because he knows what I'm doing. So if it's a PNG file, it should have already taken the background out. So I really like this desk. So let's see, if I right click on this, you want to hit save image as. And do you see right here it says format JPEG? So that already tells me that that background's going to be all checkered. So that one's probably not going to work. So I'm just going to skip that one. Goodness, I don't know. How about this one? Okay, so if I like that, I'm gonna right click again or hit control click and you're gonna hit save image as. This is coming up as a PNG file, so we'll see what it does. I always save it to my downloads or my desktop because it's just easier for me to access. So we'll leave it in downloads because I have it pinned down here in my bar. So then we'll go back to our background. We'll get out of there. And then I'll go to my downloads and I will click my image and drag and drop it in. So as you can see in this image right now, do you see this white background? That's exactly what we didn't want to happen. So I'm going to show you another trick. You're going to click that, hit delete, open another tab, and you're going to go to remove.bg. This doesn't always work for everything, especially if there's white in the image. It gets it a little confused. But what you can do here is take it for you. Usually it works pretty well. Yep, that one looks like it worked out pretty well for me. So you hit download and it's going to download here. So now when I select my image, you can see that white block is gone. And now it actually looks, kind of reminds me of like a lab table actually, like in a science room. So you just want to kind of size it however that you think that you might want it. And then you can pick whatever else you want. In my classroom, I have a smart board. So I'm going to come over here and out of the virtual classroom resource slides that we shared, And I'm going to pick the smartboard to include. So again, I hit Command C, come back over here, hit Command V, and there is my smartboard. I can make it as big or little as I want. Again, that's completely up to you. And maybe I would like a bookshelf underneath. Bookshelves are really nice to have in these because it's a place where you can put things that you want to link for your students, versus like just putting a bunch of hyperlinks on the smartboard. And you can be as picky or basic, whatever you want to do. With this, like I said before, you can pick a theme. There are some themes where people have actually made them for all the holidays. So there's Christmas ones and Halloween ones. The list goes on and on and on. So you can put this in however you want it, wherever you want it. Maybe you want it under your smartboard. Maybe you want it to be vertical. So you just take that little circle and... oh, too much. Rotate it. And maybe I want it behind my desk. Maybe right there. So all you have to do to get that behind your desk, you can hit Control click and you can go to Order, Send Back. And it actually went behind the background. So I'm going to have to click my background. Send back. There we go. And now it is in front of my blue background, but behind my desk. So that works. You can put it there. You can put it, like I said, wherever you want. But in order to decide what image is on top of the other, you again hit Control click, Order, and then you can pick. Now, if you are into using shortcuts with your keyboard, you can, to send back, you can hit Command and the down arrow, and to send forward, you can hit Command and the up arrow, and that will also do it for you. So like I've been saying this whole time, you can make this as detailed as you want. You can make it as simple as you want. It's completely up to you how much time you want to spend on this. Like I said, I'm a bit of a geek, so I really enjoy this stuff. This is like, my hobby. So some people like to read, some people like to do adult coloring books, things like that. This is mine. I love to design stuff on the computer. They have stuff by subject too. They even have stuff for science and gym class and social studies and math. They have animated things like these arrows right here. You can see how they change colors or blink. They have a fish tank with fish that are actually swimming around. So there are so many things that you can do. It's really just up to you and how much time you want to spend on this. I'm going to add, let's see. If you wanted to add, they have carpets too. You can add different carpets. All kinds of different things. You can add tables. You can add banners. So that one desk I thought kind of looked like a lab table. So maybe I'm going to have a science room. So maybe I'll take this banner. And you can place it. Maybe you want it like all the way across your room. So if you hit Command V again, you can get another set of this banner. And you can kind of just keep taking it right across your slides like this. And you can see that red line tells you that you're aligned. So again, you want to send this back because you don't want it in front of your bookshelf. So you can hit Command and the down arrow. Sometimes it takes a couple times. Sometimes it will do it right away. There it goes. So there it is behind my bookshelf. Maybe I want to add a poster. Here's one, I think. It has the periodic table. There it is. So I can copy, Command C, Command V, paste this right in, and you could, later when I show you how to link stuff, you could link this periodic table right to an online version of the periodic table that you use. Maybe it's an interactive one where the kids click on each block and learn about each element. So there's a lot you can kind of do with the posters too, so be thinking about things that you'd want to put there. That kind of fills my walls for the most part. There are decorative things too, so like if you wanted to put floor lamps or a lamp on your desk, there's stuff for the music room. If you want to put a window in, you could even have fireplace or animals. Here's some of the animated ones I was talking about. They even have like a tank with a fish floating around. So I like these little goldfish. Maybe I'll copy and I'll put them on the shelf behind my desk. And you just got to make it smaller. Those of you with bad eyes like me, sometimes I have to zoom in to be able to make sure I'm placing things properly on shelves especially. So if that's you, all you have to do is come here to this magnifying glass, hit zoom, click in the area you want to zoom in on. Make sure end up zooming in again on your screen. So with that little arrow or cursor, then you can actually go ahead and work on placing your items again. Oh, still not on the shelf. Okay, so that looks good. If I want to zoom back out, I go to the magnifying glass and I hit fit. They also have, and I think oh no, they're right there. If you want to do plants, flowers, things like that, they also have options for you, different floor ones, things that you could put on the bookshelf. That's up to you, again, how much or how little you want to include in your classroom. So we'll go with this one. I always like to take plants because in real life I cannot keep a plant alive at all. So at least in my virtual classroom, I can actually have plants in my room. Up to you where you'd like to put them. So you get the idea. Maybe I wanted to cover up that coffee on the desk, so that works out like that. If you're looking at these pre-created classrooms, and I've been doing this a lot lately because they have a lot of items in them that I really like. So if you're looking at them and say you're, I really like those baskets. So all you have to do, again, I'm going to have to zoom in because I have this pretty small. And then click the little cursor arrow. So say I really like that basket. I'm going to go ahead and click right here on this basket, Control C. Come back over here, Command C, Command V. And then I can place them on my shelves in this room. And you'll have to size them up a little bit. So you can take from those pre-created classrooms as well. And again, if you don't find something that you like in any of these resources that we shared out, you could also search Google for anything that you're looking for. I made one for a virtual math resource room, and I had to look up, base 10 blocks and a calculator image and all kinds of stuff. So don't be afraid to kind of look for whatever it is that you're looking for. So that's really all I'm going to do as for placing furniture and such in this room before we get to adding our actual Bitmoji. So again, just remember that it really is going to depend on where you want things and in what order you want them. So just like this little banner back here, I wanted it behind my bookshelf. So you had to go to order and send to back. Same with the bookshelf here. I wanted it behind my desk, so I had to put it back there. So that is it. Again, you can play around with that, make as many as you want, change them as much as you want. But I will give you an idea. So say I'm completely done with this. This is all I want to do other than adding my Bitmoji and adding links. So what you could do with this, if this is your final background, so the stuff that you wouldn't change. And I always leave bookshelves open because maybe there's something I want to add each day, or maybe there's something I would want to change out each week, but I wanted to keep the same background. So your option here is to actually save this slide as an image. That way you can insert it as a background and no one can move any of that stuff. No one can change it. So it kind of protects it a little bit. So you're going to go to download and you want to save it as a JPEG. And as you see here, it says current slide. So it's not going to save everything I have, just that slide. And it's going to go right to my downloads. And that way, if I wanted to create a new slide, and I go to background, choose image, I can drag and drop it right in. Hit done. So I'm going to get rid of these text boxes again. And those just do not want to go out of there. Come on. There it goes. So now, if you look, I'm clicking. I can't move any of this stuff now. Everything's set in place, and you can go ahead now and add on the things that you'd want to change out frequently. So that's what I really would highly suggest for anything that you are not going to want to change. Save it when you get to that point, and save it as an image. That way you can make it a background. I do have a way to show you in a little while that will show you how to protect everything that you do put on. So you don't really necessarily have to do this step, but I do sometimes just in case something were to happen. All right, guys, that's it. Next, we'll get into Bitmojis.